Hello everyone, this is Aryan Thakkar, your coach and mentor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on Aryan Tutorials, where in this video I'll be taking up your composition writing for ISC class 12 and ICSE class 10 students can also refer to this. Now, in this composition series, the first kind of composition that we are going to deal with is your descriptive composition. Reason being because most of the examiners and evaluators consider it to be one of the most easiest piece to write. Why? Because unlike the other composition, the lead facility is already given in the topic. Now, what are the things that you need to bear in mind while writing your descriptive composition? First thing first, that if you are attempting a descriptive composition, you have to make sure that you have ample and good amount of vocabulary. Because if you fail to create the different imageries which are required in a descriptive piece, then you will not be looking forward to a perfect 20 on 20. In spite of the fact that it is easy, still it requires much usage of different words so that you can evoke that sensory organs. Like for example, talking about tactile imagery or visual imagery or auditory imagery, to evoke those kind of imageries you have to have a good blend of words. So if you're not comfortable with other kind of composition and you want to be in the safe zone, then go for descriptive. But remember, if you are aiming for a 20 on 20, then you have to have good set of vocabulary. So what are the things that you need to bear in mind while writing a descriptive composition? First thing first, age appropriate. What do you mean by age appropriate? Supposedly, if you get a descriptive composition where you had witnessed something and you have to describe the sight, sound, and mood and whatsoever is given in the topic. Now, if you consider yourself elder to your age, like for an ICSE student, the child should be 15 or 16 years old, and for an ISC student, the child would be 17 or 18 years old. Supposedly, you describe from the perspective where you are 30 years old or 25 years old, and from that point of view, you're describing something. In that case, it leads to a blatant irrelevancy, and 3/5 of the marks gets deducted. 3/5 of the marks which was supposed to be awarded, that will be deducted. So अगर मैंने आपको 18 देने का सोचा था तो उसका 60% मार्क्स मैं कट कर लूंगा. So you land up somewhere between 7.5 to 8 मार्क्स में आपको आ जाएगा. So इस बात का ध्यान रखिएगा कि एज अप्रोप्रिएट होना बहुत जरूरी है. For writing a descriptive composition, you just have to fall back on your 4 sense organs. By at large, we look at 5 at least. Your sight, your sound, your color, texture, mood. They must be, see what is written, vividly detailed. Vividly का मतलब क्या होता है? Very intricately it has to be detailed and touched upon. Like आप just बोल दिए कि it is very beautiful, it is very good, I felt very good. इस वे में अगर आप लिख के आ जा रहे हो तो आपका composition पूरा flat पड़ जाएगा and आपको अच्छे नंबर नहीं आएंगे. In that case, you can only look at a 13, 14, 15, at the max 16 out of 20 in those kind of pieces. 20 में 20 चाहिए तो मैं अब भी आपको एक सैंपल ऐसे रीड करके दिखाऊंगा कि कैसे आपको वो सारे सेंसरी इमेजरीज को टच अपॉन करना है. ठीक है. एट द सेम टाइम यू ऑल्सो हैव टू एंड विथ फीलिंग्स और एनी लेसन दैट यू हैव लर्न फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर एक्सपीरियंस, लाइक what kind of impact it led onto you. So these are some of the things which teachers and the marking scheme of English is saying. So please bear these things in mind and then practice descriptive composition. चलिए मैं आपको एक descriptive composition read करके सुना देता हूं. This was written by some anonymous student. I don't know his or her name. ये just मेरे कमेंट सेक्शन पे किसी ने लिख के मुझे भेजा था और कहा था कि प्लीज क्या आप इसको इवैल्यूएट करके दिखाओगे, बताओगे कि कितना मिलेगा मुझे. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, आई वाज एक्सट्रीमली इम्प्रेस्ड बाय दिस पीस. लाइक इफ आई वर टू गिव मार्क्स ऑन दैट 20 on 20, डेड श्योर मैं देता ही देता. एंड आई थिंक ईच एंड एवरी टीचर ऑफ ICSE or ISC will agree with me on this fact, the way it has been vividly described. So see the topic. The sound of the laughter and the voices attracted your attention to a room in your house. This is that same topic जो मैंने अपने composition topic वाले में दिया था कि 10 टॉपिक ईच मैंने दिए थे. अगर आपने वो वीडियो चेकआउट नहीं किया तो आप प्लीज उसको चेकआउट कर लीजिए, उन सारे composition को अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए. ठीक है. Describe what you hear as well as what you see as you gently open the door. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि आप दरवाजे के बाहर खड़े हो, आपको हंसी मजाक सुनाई दे रहा है अंदर से, एंड आप जिस दरवाजा खोलने वाले हो आप उसको कैसे डिस्क्राइब करोगे. क्या सोचोगे उसमें? But look at the way in which this child has encapsulated each and every detail so beautifully, so intricately, that it makes worthy a 20 on 20. So let's dig into it. The corridor outside my room lay unusually silent, as though the entire house were holding its breath. The stillness felt heavy, almost deliberate, janmuchke, and it made the faint means low, sound drifting from the closed door at the far end all the more noticeable. So it was the silence which was surrounded, which made those voices more evidently audible. A soft ripple का मतलब होता है continuous, ठीक है, again and again. A soft ripple of laughter reached my ears, gentle yet persistent, continuous, stirring, giving rise to a quiet curiosity within me. Like I was curious to know what is going behind the other side of the door. The laughter was neither loud nor careless. Instead, it sounded warm and rhythmic, like a private joke shared among close friends. As I walked closer, the sounds shifted subtly, बहुत हल्का सा. The laughter softened, silence धीरे धीरे reduced into whispers. The whispers dissolved into hurried giggles. खिकी खिकी करके कोई हंस रहा था पीछे, and then rose again into another restrained means uncontrolled burst of amusement. So the people who were there behind the other side of the door, they could not control their laughter and giggle. Someone tried unsuccessfully to suppress their laughter, which only caused another wave of mirth. Mirth means happiness and laughter to follow. Between the voices, I became aware of smaller details. The faint clink of cups, clink is krang se jo awaaz aata hai, that is clink. The rustle of the paper and the muted scrape of furniture being moved. I felt as though a hidden world existed behind that door, alive with energy and secrecy. I paused for a moment, my hand hovering near the handle. जैसे आप दरवाजा खोलने वाले होते हो तो you are just thinking खोलो नहीं खोलो खोलो नहीं खोलो. So all those imageries are being evoked as we read through this. So hand hovering near the handle, the metal felt unexpectedly cool against my skin when I finally touched it. Slowly, almost cautiously, ध्यान से, I turned the handle, careful not to disturb whatever fragile moment was unfolding inside. कि क्या होने वाला है उसको डिस्टर्ब बिना किए मैं बस हैंडल को खोल रहा था. The hinges released a soft creak. Hinge क्या होता है? बेसिकली जो लॉक होता है दरवाजा में लगाया जाता है जिससे दरवाजा बंद हो, या हैंडल को आपको घुमाना पड़ता है खोलने के लिए, उसको हम लोग हिंज बोलते हैं, ठीक है. So the hinges released a soft creak, sounding like a reluctant warning. Yet the door opened smoothly under my gentle push. Warm golden light spilled across the floor as the room revealed itself. Fairy lights, once forgotten in the drawer, had been carefully arranged along the walls, casting a soft glow that transformed the familiar space into something magical. My friends sat in a loose circle on the floor, their faces glowing not only with the light but with genuine happiness. A half eaten chocolate cake rested on the table, crumbs scattered carelessly, offering silent evidence of spontaneous celebration rather than carelessness. The comforting scent of cocoa and vanilla lingered in the air, blending effortlessly with the relaxed atmosphere. From a small speaker in the corner, soft music hummed in the background, its gentle rhythm complementing the warmth of the moment. One by one, they noticed me standing at the doorway, and their expressions shifted from surprise to amusement. A fresh wave of laughter filled the room, and this time no longer secretive but welcoming. For several seconds, I simply stood there, absorbing the scene. The laughter, the light, the familiar faces, and the unspoken sense of belonging created a moment that felt rare and precious. It seemed as though I had stepped into a memory even as it unfolded before me. Some of the most beautiful moments, this is the lesson, Some of the most beautiful moments I realized are not planned or announced. They are discovered quietly behind closed doors, and they linger in the heart long after the sounds fade away. So, this is an anonymous student from YouTube. I don't know his or her name. If you are watching this video, then please do let me know your name in the comment section. It is beautifully written, and if I were to give marks, it is 100% content or expression में पूरा 12 art which is worthy of 20 on 20. Like, it is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's wonderfully blended, and this kind of piece deserves a 20 on 20. So you have to be very thoughtful with your words, with your flow of thoughts, with your coherency, and with your idea to fetch a perfect 20 on 20. I hope this video helps, and if you're liking my content, then please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Till then, keep smiling, keep studying. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.